What's that?
It'll get fixed.
Oh, I know, I'm not.
I was just like, oh, look, this is
They're
like
all-
old, you know.
They
Is
updated.
that the handout? Is that the handout?
No, this is mine, I printed it
There's
too.
no handouts?
Huh?
There's no paper handouts?
No, not today. I was just learning the new prayer book. So,
Oh, yeah.
Yep, you're all good.
You're sleeping.
whoever we're waving at, oh, hi Sarah, Gina and TJ and me. Anyway.
I'm good.
Okay, we ready?
Ready?
Okay. Hi there.
It's very cool.
Most of you know me. There's not that many people here, but I don't know everybody. So my name is Terry, and this is Caitlin. Caitlin is going to sing with us. She's going to help us keep on key, not me, but she will. And it's she, right? She? Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I have to remember. So I, just a little bit about me, not a lot, maybe 2 sentences. I've been involved with Bet Tikvah for over 30 years. Was here when it was really, really small, really small. We struggled for a minyan. We weren't always in Erev Shalom, but some of our foremothers who aren't around talked them into having us here years and years ago. And so we're glad that you're here with us, and even though it's a small turnout, we're going to still have some fun. So I would like to thank, before I even start, the people on the Siddur Revision Committee. Yes. I don't know everybody that was on it. I know some people aren't here that were on it and played a big role. But I will say I'm really impressed. I mean, this is a real, I saw it when it still had a lot of stickers in it. And so, of course, I printed mine, so I don't know if there were stickers or not. But I will say I'm really impressed about how things are, and how some of them really fell into what I was hoping to do for this week. So that was a really good thing. So I'd like to start on page 2. Well, actually, let's start with Bim Bam. This Bim Bam. Go ahead, start. Bim Bam. Bim, 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 bam. Shabbat shalom, hey, shabbat. Shabbat shalom, hey. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat, Shalom, hey. Shabbat, Shalom, hey. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Bim, 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 bam. Bim, 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 bam. It's the extent of my musical leading. Okay, so now let's turn to page 2, and the title of that page is Here, and I'd like to do that responsively. So I'll do the first line, and then we can alternate. When I am tossed about in the day-to-day maze of activity, I find direction here.
When loneliness creeps into my life, I find community here.
When my family is scattered hundreds of miles away, I find kinship here.
When the commotion outside is too much, I find peace here.
When I take simple things for granted, I find perspective here.
When the world is about to crush me with all its weight, I find safety here.
When people have hurt me because of their ignorance, I find compassion here.
When my government tries to silence me, I find my voice here.
When I lose sight of what I can do for the community, I find purpose here.
When I feel helpless during uncertain times, I find strength here.
And all of us together, when I am gone and have left only my name, I will be remembered here. And let's turn to page 5. And we can, page 4. With Hine Matov. Shabbat achim gam yachad, hine ma tovu manayim. Shabbat achot gam yachad, hine ma tov. Shabbat achim gam yachad, hine ma tov. Shabbat achim gam yachad. Hine matovu manayim, shevetu gam yachad. Hine matovu manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Okay. How good it is for brothers to dwell in unity. How good it is for sisters to dwell in unity. How good and pleasant it is for all of us to dwell in unity. How good and pleasant it is for us all to dwell in unity. How good it is for brothers to dwell together in unity, and how good it is for sisters to dwell in unity. And turn to page 5, and we will do Ma Tovu. Oh, I forgot. We only have certain musical accompaniment for certain songs. We're working on it. Ma tovu, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenatecha Yisrael. Ma tovu, ohalecha Yaakov, Mishkenatecha Yisrael. And let's take it down to the English and read that. All of us together. How good are your tents, Yaakov, your dwelling places, Israel. And I, overwhelmed by your loving kindness, will come into your house. I will bow in awe before your holy sanctuary. God, I have loved your home, the place where glory rests. I fall down in praise and bend at the knee before the source of my being, and I am but my prayer to you. God, may this be acceptable time. God, in your tremendous love, answer me in truth of your deliverance. And let's turn to page 7 at the top, and we will, you following my list, okay? Yes. I just want to make sure, because I wrote the thing. And we'll do responsive, I'll do the first paragraph and so on. Adonai our God, we pray for the Jewish people. Help those who are not yet free to find happiness of freedom. Give strength to those of us who are rebuilding the land of Israel, and teach us all, wherever we live, to grow in knowledge of your Torah. Adonai our God, we pray for all peoples. Help the hungry to find bread for their bodies and food for their minds, and teach all your children to do unto others the kindness they would like done to themselves. May the God of peace help us find blessing and peace for all, far and near. May God in mercy bless us with peace. May Adonai, who causes peace to reign in the high heavens, let peace descend on us, on all Israel, on all the world. At the bottom, I long to change the world, but I really rarely appreciate things as they are. I know how to give, but I don't always know how to receive. I know how to keep busy, but I don't always know how to be still. I talk, but I don't always listen. I look, but I don't always see. I yearn to succeed, but I often forget what is truly important. Teach me, God, to slow down. May the Shabbat revive me, and may it lead me to wisdom, to holiness, to peace, and to you. And now we're at page 10, and that would be the candle lighting. And as in Bet Tikvah, we usually, if you're having a life event this month, anything at all that you want to celebrate, or maybe not celebrate, it could be some other. They had to decide if,
I was trying to persuade her.
what?
I was trying to persuade Val.
What did we have to persuade?
Well, we're celebrating, Aviva got an award.
Oh, did she? What
Yes.
kind of award did she get?
There's this,
The Scholastics has a art and writing program, or not contest really, for high schoolers, and she had submitted a photo that she took in,
A photo, did you say?
photograph that she took in Israel, and so it got like a high honor.
Mazel tov. Yay. Okay. I'm actually celebrating, what am I celebrating? An anniversary. An anniversary, which would have been, I don't know, 30-something years, something like that. And also Valerie's birthday. And but she's not in town, but I'm celebrating her birthday anyway. It's my daughter.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Mazel tov for Aviva and us, and you, as parents. And let's turn to page 13. Please turn to page 14. And let's read this all together. Our work weekdays are long, filled with concern and cares, with pretending to be what we are not. May this Shabbat give us the strength to see ourselves and our tasks with a heart and spirit renewed by our worship together. And with this renewed energy, may we dedicate the spirit of shalom into our lives and into our communities. May we have the insight to help those in need, the perspective to look beyond ourselves, and the willingness to help create a society that respects and cares for the world and God's creations. May we appreciate all that we have with grateful hearts and have the strength to bear our burdens. It's interesting, this prayer has been in this Siddur from the very first Siddur, which, by the way, was in binders like this to begin with. That's how that we started years ago. One of our members, Alan, who's still a member but isn't able to leave his home, and he would get them from Westinghouse. If people were throwing them away, Alan would say, "Do you want this?" And he'd bring them in. We had all these different titles on the front of them. So this prayer, when I look at this, we've come so far, because we definitely now don't have to pretend to be. Some of us are still pretending, but at least we're free to be. And please turn to page 16. Does not mean we're skipping the I Love a Garden. It's in here twice. We're going to do it the second time, okay? Which, we love the prayer, but Lachado D, verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. Do you know this one? No, that's okay. Does anybody have a voice? Anyway. Adodili Gratala B'nei Shabbat Nekabela Lechadodili Gratala B'nei Shabbat Nekabela Shamazur Zikur B'dibor Echad Ishmianu Elanu Chad Adonai Echad U'Shemo Echad L'Shemo Tiferet B'Tila L'Chadodi L'Grad Kala B'nei Shabbat Nekabela L'Grad Shabbat L'Kudelka Ki Mekor HaBracha Nirosh Medadem Nisuka Sof Maaseh Bismillah Lechadodi Likrat Kala B'nei Shabbat Nekabela Lirar Ziyavon B'Tizeri Uri, Shir, Biri, Lechadodi, Ligrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat Nekabela. Uri b'shalom aterebala, Gam b'simcha u'tzala, Tovenu nei am sikula, Boi kala, Lechadodi Ligrat Kala, B'nei Shabbat Nekabela. Come in peace, see? The Shabbat entered. Come in peace, crown of God. Come with joy and cheerfulness amid the faithful of the chosen people. Come, O beloved, come, O beloved. And you can all sit down. Welcome. All right, we're on page 20 for Eli, and then we will also read the bottom when we're finished with that. So, Eli, Eli, Shelo Yigamor, Hayom, Rishu Shelamayim, Berak HaShamayim, Tfilah Adam, Achol Hayom, Rishu Shelamayim, Berak HaShamayim, Tfilah Adam. Oh God, my God, I pray that these things never end. The sand and the sea, the rush of the waters, the crash of the heavens, the prayer of the heart, the sand and the sea, the rush of the waters, the crash of the heavens, the prayer of the heart. And we'll read again responsively here. And then all that has divided us will merge.
And then compassion will be wedded to power.
And then softness will come to a world that is harsh and unkind.
And then both men and women will be gentle.
And then both women and men will be strong.
And then no person will be subject to another's will.
And then all will be rich and free and varied.
And then the greed of some will give way to the needs of many.
And then all will share equally in the earth's abundance.
And then all will care for the sick and the weak and the old.
And then all will nourish the young.
And then all will cherish life's creatures.
And all together, and then all will live in harmony with each other and the earth. And then everywhere will be called Eden once again. Turn to page 25 for the Baruch Hu, if everybody can please stand. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMavorach. Baruch Adonai HaMavorach Le'olam Ha'olam. Let us praise God, the source of all blessing. Praise be God, the source of all blessing, forever and ever. And you can all be seated, and let us do the next, and let us read in English at the bottom of the page. Praise are you, our eternal God, sovereign of the universe, who with your word brings on the evening twilight, and with your wisdom opens the gates of the heavens. With understanding you order the cycles of time and vary the seasons, setting the stars in their courses in the sky according to your will. You create day and night, rolling away the light before the darkness and darkness before the light. You cause the day to fade and the night to fall, dividing darkness and light. God of you made over us forever. Praise are you, O God, who brings on the evening twilight. And the Shema, you could please remain seated. And in the little box on there, it says, you may choose to cover your eyes to decrease distraction and increase concentration during the most holy of prayers. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kavod, Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Is anybody here very good at the V'ha'apta? No. Okay. Well, we can go to page Michamocha? Yes? Was that one that we? That's okay. You want to try? Very good. That was good. Thank you. Let's go to page 30 for Vishamru. Now that one's a peppy one. We got that one. Huh. I'm sorry, I skipped there. It's one thing. Bnei Israel et Shabbat לעשות את השבת לדורתם בריתם בני ישראל אותי לעולם ישמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורתם בריתם כי 6 שנים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ ישמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורתם בריתם וביום השביעי שבת וינפש את הבת וינפש ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורתם בריתם. The people Israel shall observe the Shabbat, maintaining Shabbat throughout the generation as an everlasting covenant. It is an everlasting sign between me and the people of Israel that God made heaven and earth in 6 days, and on the 7th day ceased from work and was refreshed. How about Elaine? Can you read page 31 for us?
Sure. Jewish prayer makes room for both our personal meditations and the concern we share with the community. Perhaps the most beautiful example of the combination of private and community prayer is found in the section of worship known as the Amidah. Recited in a standing position with intense concentration, the word Amidah means standing. This part of the service occupies a position of centrality and special sanctity in each of the daily, Sabbath, and festival services. The Talmud refers to it simply as tefillah, the prayer. Indeed, one form or another of the Amidah is recited at each of the 3 daily prayer services, morning, afternoon, and evening, in commemoration of the offerings in the temple in Jerusalem. Following the Chatzi Kaddish are 3 versions of the Amidah. The first is traditional, and the following 2 are alternative. You may choose among these 3, or you may take this opportunity for personal tefillah. When you have concluded your Amidah prayers, you may be seated.
I'm going to read, before we stand, I want to read the little box. I didn't know this kind of thing, so I think it's important because sometimes we move through the service and we never get to read these interesting little things. Originally, the Kaddish was recited at the end of the sermon. It was delivered in Aramaic, the secular language of the Jews, for approximately 1,000 years after the Babylonian exile. At a later time, the Kaddish was received after a section of the Talmud had been read during the service. The Kaddish is now used in a variety of ways. It is a transitional element between sections of the service, Hatzi Kaddish or Reader's Kaddish, as a blessing after the Roha has been studied, Kaddish de Rabbanim, and in Orthodox services at the end of a service in addition to the mourner's Kaddish. And very interesting. I always put it here before, and yet it could be moved around. So anyway, so if you can all stand at this point, Rabbis. Yiskadal v'yiskadash shemei Rabbah. B'yalma divra karute v'yamlich malchute. V'chayechon v'yomechon v'fei t'chol Beit Yisrael b'gala v'yispan koriv. V'imru.
Amen.
Yishtabach, v'yisroar, v'yisramam, v'yisnaseh, v'yisadar, v'yit Allah shemei dekudashah. Le'ela min kol b'rachata b'shirata. V'imru.
Amen.
Please turn to page 42 for the Oseh Shalom. Yaakov Israel, Eru Amen. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Yaakov Israel, Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu v'Yakol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Aleinu v'Yakol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu v'Yakol Yisrael. And let's all read at the bottom, which is actually the translation of the same Shalom. But grant to us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all peoples of the earth. Bless our country that it may always be a stronghold of peace and its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within its borders, health and happiness within its homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship among the inhabitants of all lands, and may the love of your hallowed name every home and every heart. Blessed is the eternal God, the source of peace. In case you haven't figured out my theme, it's about peace. So we're going to go into the Josh, not page 43. So anyway. So this week's portion is Kitisa. Now think of this is, have a seat, relax. So if you think about it, it's been a few months since the Israelites have escaped Egypt, and they're now at the base of Mount Sinai. A whole bunch of people, lots of them, okay? They've just made a formal agreement with God, a covenant, for them to agree to God's laws in exchange for God's protection and blessing. Moses goes up to the mountain and convenes with God. They have brunch or something, I don't know, they're up there. And to the Israelites at the base of the mountain, it seems like Moses had just disappeared. Remember Moses, so they're all confused. He's up there for 40 days, and it's like over a month, and they're all confused. They're scared, and they're not sure if they have any leadership at all, and they want to go back to the old gods. So they created the golden calf. And we know this. There's that story of the golden calf. Moses comes, and Moses sees the Israelites with the golden calf, and in a fit of rage, smashes the tablets that God had just given. Now remember, God is the one that carved these tablets. Moses smashes them down. Then he orders 3,000 Israelites to be killed for abandoning God and worshiping an idol. When the idol worshippers are killed, he pleads to God to not kill the rest of the Israelites. So, how apropos to our society. People get upset, they want what they want. But what stood out for me in this story is God's wrath. God is mad at the Israelites for making a golden calf. But as Rabbi Huna taught, it's as if a parent opened a business for his child on a street filled with evildoers. But when the child began acting unethically, the parent became angry and threatened to punish the child. So here they make a community, they open a business in a not so pleasant area, and they expect their child to still remain. Well, their child's out there, and a friend looks at this, looks at the friend, comes to the man and says, tells the parent, "You are as guilty as your child. Did you not place them on a street with evildoers, in a place where they could have picked up really bad habits? Did you not expect that the environment would have an influence upon them?" So when we look nowadays of our society, when we look, how have people been raised? How did we raise our children? And who is responsible? But in other words, Rabbi Huna said that it's not the Israelites' fault. It should be God's fault. Because they were left in exile for so long, surrounded by people who were polytheistic. So here they are, they're put in a whole different society. That's what they knew. That's what they did. That's what everyone around them did. So they are the odd ones out. It's like the kids going into the Willy Wonka factory with promises of so much delicious candy. But they are expected to behave perfectly or they will meet a sticky end. So we look at that in Willy Wonka, and one turns purple, one gets rolled out and is 20 feet tall or whatever. None of them came out except for the golden ticket guy. He was okay. To me, this feels unjust. And even though Moses had 3,000 people murdered, I think Moses didn't have to order the 3,000 people to be killed. He could have just exiled them instead of slaughtering them. What this makes me think about is rage. Rage. We see so much rage. We saw rage in what I thought about. Well, some of it's road rage. That people, driving crazy and then, of course, end up at the same red light. And you're praying that that person isn't at the red light because you really want to give them your word or two. But then they are at the red light, and the next thing you know, they pull out a gun and shoot you. I know, I'm just saying it's that way. Or when you think of January 7th, rage, people were upset. They got enraged, they went in, and people died. It's a dangerous emotion. To this, in this portion, the Israelites had lost faith and were punished harshly by Moses and almost by God. What I have learned is, well, of course, you realize that Moses went back up and then he had to carve the tablets. Well, make the tablets, and then God did the writing of the Ten Commandments. What I have learned from God and Moses is that we all have rage, even God. We all overreact, and even if we feel full-on justified, or we really feel justified to overreact, we should stop. Take time, breathe a couple breaths, and think before we do, especially when it comes to anger. If we could do this, then there would be a lot more peace in the world. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
And let us turn to page, sorry. going to page 48, Mishabera. I don't have the list. Did anybody, well, I don't know that I have the list anyway of people that are sick. Does anybody have anybody they would like us to pray for? Or Mishabera? Well, it's okay. The first thing on the sidebar there is, as LGBTQ plus people and their families and friends, we know that our relationships and families have often been ignored or condemned because they were not deemed traditional. Ironically, there are biblical relationships and families that have also been excluded from recognition and indeed erased from our consciousness. So when we get to the blanks, if you have somebody, please put that in. May the one who blessed our ancestors, Sarah, Rebecca, Leah, Rachel, Bilhah, Zilpah, and Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, bless and heal Annie Smith. Anybody else? Okay. Along with all who have been touched by illness, grant insight and compassion to those who bring healing, courage and comfort to those who are sick, and strength and stamina to all who love and care for them. May those who will not be healed in body be blessed with faith and freedom from suffering. May all of us soon know a time of complete healing, and let us say, Amen. Since we don't have it, do we want to sing the song? We don't really have anybody, so we won't do Mishabera. We'll skip, sorry, I'm kind of... On page 52, I'm sorry, prayer for the Jewish people. I wrote the wrong number. Prayer 53 at the top, and I'll read the first paragraph, then we can all read the rest. God, we Jews are a disparate community. Since the first exile and even before them, we are named Israel in honor of our struggles with you. Yet we also struggle with each other. When we look at our families through the generations, can we find our common threads? When we gather as a community, some with black hats, some in shorts, can we see that we are all in this together? When our goals clash, can we see through the collective desire for a better world? When outsiders oppress us, can we respond as one people here to stand up for and love one another, and all of us together for the next? May we pursue peace among us, younger and older Jews, knowing that the meaning of Judaism can change across our lifetimes. May we pursue peace among us in all our traditions of religious practice, and with those who have no religious practice, accommodating our differing experiences of faith. May we pursue peace among us, regardless of what part of the world we call home, recalling our common belonging to the people of Israel. May we pursue peace among us, validating our multiple ethnic heritages, embracing beautiful variations. May we pursue peace among us, despite differences in our visions and hopes about the nation-state of Israel, with our history and the land. May we pursue peace among us, Jews of all political beliefs and of none, respecting different visions of how our Jewish values relate to contemporary society. Teach us, God, to be kind with one another. Let us always see that there is more to connect us than what divides us. Together, even with all our differences, we are one people. We are the unique snowflakes that create one blanket on a winter morning. We are the separate trees that make a forest. roots connected and entwined, branches reaching toward the sun. We are the individual raindrops listening to a rainbow. We are disorganized voice in harmony and dissonance that rises to our Creator in the name of Israel. You are one and we are one. We are Kalal Israel. And this was actually written by Beth Wallach and the Bet Tikvah Siddur Revision Committee. Very nice. Didn't see that until the very end. So, all right, let's, oh, I see what happened. I had a different one. Okay. My pages were mixed up. Let us go to page 58. And, gosh, I should say everybody go up. I mean, really, everybody go up to the ark. Because it's a small group and I want to honor everybody for coming out tonight. Please. I know it's unusual, but I am as well. So, go ahead. Thank you all. Thank you. Please turn to page 61 at the bottom of the page. And we will do that responsively. The shadows of evening fall, and stars appear in the heavens.
To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under heaven.
Night follows day, but the sun reappears and brings warmth and growth to all it touches.
A time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to reap.
Winter follows summer, but spring comes again. and brings new life and hope to the earth.
A time for weeping and a time for laughing, a time for silence and a time for speaking.
This is the order of the universe. Its turning brings us summer and winter, day and night, birth and death.
In
All of these God is found. And turn to page 64 at the bottom. The blessing of memory. It is hard to sing of oneness when our world is not complete, when those who once brought wholeness into our life have gone, and naught but memory can fill the emptiness their passing leaves behind. But memory can tell us only what we were in company with those we loved. It cannot help us find what each of us alone must now become. Yet no one is really alone. Those who live no more echo still within our thoughts and words, and what they did is part of what we have become. And one more, which would be at the bottom of page 66. And let's do side by side, the two of you against them, okay? You could start it, and then you'll do the next line.
'Tis a fearful thing to love what death can touch.
A fearful thing to love, to hope, to dream, to be, and oh, to lose.
A thing for fools this, and a holy thing to love.
For your life has lived in me, your laugh was lifted me, your word was a gift to me.
To remember this brings painful joy. 'Tis a human thing, love, a holy thing, to love what death has touched.
Okay, and if everybody could stand, and we will do the mourner's cottage.
Are we going to read the yard signs?
Do you have the names?
Yeah.
Okay,
Where
now,
we need to read the yard signs.
okay, what?
Elaine's going to read the yard sites.
Yes,
Okay. Addie G., mother of Hope A. Lubov W., mother of Sophia T. Terrence A., husband of Hope A. Jack H., father of Dina H. Rosella B., mother of Barbara G. John Trevor P., father of JT. FCG, father of Sophia T. Kenneth K., cousin of Bert S. Helen W., mother of Alan W. And then we just had a recent one.
is that it?
Edie's father.
Yeah, and
James, I think.
I can't, I'm trying to find the email about it. I don't have it.
Sarah,
Are we
do
good?
you have Dee Dee's father's name?
Yes, I'm just finding it right now. So is it James? James S.
James.
Father of EDS and father-in-law of Natalia S.
Thank you. That was just today or yesterday?
That was a few days ago.
What?
I think it was Monday.
Oh, okay. Thank you. No, okay. Yizkadal, Yizkadal, Shemei Rabbah, B'yalma, Divra, Karute, B'yamlik, Malkute, B'chayechon, B'yomechon, B'chaye, Tekol Bet Yisrael, B'galal, B'zman Kari, V'imru, Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah, Mevorah, Le'olam Omei Orhaya, Yisbarach, Yistabach, Yistar, Yisrabam, Yisnaseh, Yisadar, Yisaleh, Yisalal, Shmei Kutsha, B'richu, Le'elah Mikal, B'rachata, Shishbekata, B'nechemata, Damiran, Ba'ama, B'imru, Amen. Yehi Shlama Rabbah, Min Shemaya, B'chayim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael, B'imru, Amen. Say shalom v'ramav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'yimeru amen. Okay. And you may be seated. The one thing I appreciate that you put in here was I'm sorry, but the English translation of the Mourner's Cottage, because it has really, when you look at it, it doesn't really have anything it never has, obviously, anything to do really with death. But it is about blessing. Page 69. And at the top of the page, I have a garden. I have a garden which I love, and we'll do responsively this way so everybody can think about their garden. I have a garden which I love. Once in a while, it looks perfect. All the watering, feeding, pruning, and love add up to a moment of beauty. Then I think,
If only I could keep it
this way, preserve this moment forever. But my garden is alive. Time and seasons bring changes. Living things must change. A life is like a garden. Perfect moments can be had, but not preserved except in memory.
I am
A living thing which must change. If I can accept the changes, I can accept myself. And when I accept myself, I can enjoy the beauty of the changes in the garden of my life. And now we have announcements.
Hello. So limited announcements. Thank you so much for coming. We have 2 new folks with us tonight, so it's nice for you to join us. Other than that, Sarah, do we really have anything to announce other than please come back again? And if you would like to do what Terry did, and thank you so much for such a beautiful drash. You didn't actually
Thank you.
how timely it is, so ask us afterwards exactly why you're laughing so much about Willy Wonka, because there was a group of us who definitely were thinking the same thing. But it was a wonderful drash, very timely, and we appreciate you leading service. If you want to do what Terry does, or maybe you're like, I don't know, maybe you want to do what Catherine was doing, please let Caitlin, oh my goodness, I saw the K.
My main tag, it's
Oh,
really
Caitlin.
blurry. I smudged it, so it's not you, it's me.
Caitlin, my apologies. So if you want to do what Caitlin's doing, talk to Elaine, because Elaine would love to connect you with someone to lead services. Or if you want to help in any way, just let us know, because we always love people.
And also, thank you so much to Caitlin for musical accompaniment. It's very nice to have that at Bet Tikvah.
Yes, it is.
I don't think there are any other announcements really. We are starting to think about Passover. So we're going to be having a Seder, and we're probably going to need volunteers for it. So if you could pack that away in your head as plans for your Passover, if that's something that you can manage, that would be great. But I think that's it. And there's the Kosher Palooza, and I think we're talking about getting a group together, but I forget what day the Kosher Palooza is.
It's like mid-April, I believe.
Oh, okay, it's in May. Okay, never mind. Well, just ignore that announcement.
Also-
It's not for...
Oh, if you'd like to join our Discord, let us know, and we will
yes.
include you into that. It's not the most bumping Discord in the world, but if you'd like to ask us, yeah, I know, I did use that word. If you'd like to see if anyone wants to do events, because occasionally people will post and be like, I'm going to this thing. So it can be nice to do that. And then I think we had a hand raised.
I wanted to thank you for leading so story. Thank you for singing.
You're looking for my name? What do you,
I just wanted to thank you for leading services, and this is the first service that we are
have the concluding prayers, the new
What?
concluding prayers. This is the first time we're using the new concluding prayers. So I love that you led the service because you've been here since the start. And Caitlin, this is the first time you're singing
Yeah.
with us and playing the guitar, and I just feel like that's a lovely
Yeah, it was first for both of them. I mean, first using the prayer.
old and new,
Yeah.
and thank you.
I love it, though. Really nice. Change is always good, you know? I don't know, I mean, there's a lot of announcements for Road of Shalom, things that you could participate in, and there's a inclusive Seder. I can't remember the date. It's on a Thursday evening. When is that? Do you have the date?
25th.
What?
I think it's April 25th for the WS
Yeah.
Seder. Let me see.
And it's really lovely the way it's put together, and it's a lot of historical type things, and it's free of charge. So you're welcome to come. It's not like the whole meal. There's small different things. So it's like an after, it's like desserts and things. But I'll get you some information and maybe put it out in the bulletin.
The Discord.
That. And I don't know if anybody's looking to volunteer anytime, but we do have some openings to deliver the Bima flowers. It would be 2 hours, 4 hours total, 2 times during the year for 2 hours on a Saturday or a Sunday to just box up, break down the Bima flowers box. We teach you how to do it and take them to 2 people, whether they're sick or their anniversary or birthday or something like that, and just deliver it. You can't imagine. I do the notes that go in them, but they, if you have that kind of time, it's like twice a year. So anyway, that's it. So we are going to do Adon Olam. Which one do you know any of them? No. Okay, let's just do Adon Olam. Adon Olam Asher Malach Yeteren Po Yitzir Nivra Leit Nasa V'Hefzo Ko Azay Melech Shemo Nivra V'Acharei Kilvo Sako V'Badu Odmora Behu Hoven, Behu Yeh, Betifara, Behu Echad, B'Ein Sheni, L'Cham Shilo, L'Cham Mira, B'Li Reshit, B'Li Tachlis, B'Lo Haos, B'Ham Yisrael, Behu Eli, B'Hai Goali, B'Tzur Hebli, B'Yitzara, Behu Nisi, Umanosli, B'Hat Kosi, B'Yal Ira, B'Yato, Avkid Ruchi, B'Eti Shan, B'Yal Ira, B'Ruchi, G'Viati, Adonai li B'Lo Ira. And we have been gifted the leftover, I say, the leftovers from the Kiddush, the oneg that they had in at the Erev service. So feel free, we're going to go in there. There's wine in there.
And Paul is there, so we'll go ahead and do Kiddush.
I do have one kind of announcement that I completely forgot about. If you have feelings about the new way, so you'll probably notice the new section has a new form of transliteration. If you have feelings about this, positive or negative, please let Val know tonight so that we can, we want this to work. So,
I was
if you
very
think transliteration sucks, please tell us.
No,
And
I was looking at the Hebrew and the transliteration, and I was blown away by it.
Yeah.
Like, wow, what a lot of work. Oh my gosh, amazing.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it was terrific. Okay, let's go